What's up, y'all? Cussing isn't cool. Yes, it f***ing is. Today's video is stop saying the word very. Number one, our first word that we're going to go into is very good. This is our first example. Very good, is a common phrase people will say whenever they're conveying, hey, everything's all right, it's good, I'm happy, go, so on and so forth, right? Very good is flat. It's very flat, and to be quite frank with you, it's very boring. So the thing about very is it's a word that's used as to hypen something up, right? It is to make it more of. But the problem is when you say very good, it doesn't sound hype. It's a word that means hype, but it doesn't sound hype, right? So a lot of people try to avoid saying it because it sounds repetitive, it sounds boring, and it's just not creative. That's what we're going to go in today. We're going to cover a few examples of things you can say instead of saying very. And we'll probably do multiple videos on this because, to be honest, there is a lot. But over the course of the channel, we'll go into a bunch of these. As you know, we go into idioms, euphemisms, everything. This is your channel to finding out all the slang you will not find out anywhere else. Number one, very good, like we said. Very good is used pretty commonly, but the more creative ways to say it definitely come across better depending on the context, naturally. So our first one is in an informal bro-to-bro kind of context, and that is awesome. That is a very, very used phrase, and that conveys exactly what it wants to convey. Very good means hype, doesn't sound very hype. Awesome rolls off the tongue, and everybody knows what it means. They know exactly what you're trying to convey. They know that you're really hyped about something, you're really excited, it is awesome. It's not just good, right? It's awesome. The way that they say that, the way that it comes across, no one's going to second guess that something's actually good, right? If I see a car that I like, right? If I see just a neat little Mustang or whatever, I might say that's good, right? But if I see some dope ass Ferrari drive by, I'm going to be like, that's fucking awesome. Someone's going to see that, hear me say that, they know that I saw a real cool car. I didn't just see a random Subaru or something. I saw a fucking awesome car. That is what that means. That is what that conveys. Now, naturally, though, that is cussing. And the thing to remember is obviously, there's some contexts where cussing is okay, others where it's not. Now, generally, in day-to-day talk, especially amongst your friends, your bros, your partner or whatever, that's generally an acceptable phrase. Now, naturally, you don't want to use that all the time. So, of course, we have other ways to say things that don't involve cussing, but that are more formal, more professional, like in a workplace environment. However, you still don't have to say very. For example, you can say, that's terrific. Terrific, that is insane. That's another way people will say it. Also conveys very good, but it is a lot more formal, a lot less, bro-ish, not impolite. It's a lot more of a polite, respectful way. Being like, terrific, that's awesome, I love that. Those are all ways that you can convey very good, right? You will hear people say these kind of phrases a lot more often than you will hear people say things like very good, very okay, very cool. Just know, it's boring, it's pretty lame, and it doesn't really roll off the tongue, especially since the word very is used so much. If you just have that in your vocabulary, you'll end up saying something like, I was very happy to go to the very cool play or whatever. You just said very twice in a sentence. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't roll off the tongue. That doesn't sound natural. That sounds too forced. That's why adding these to your vocabulary will help you sound like authentic, awesome American English. Number two is very bad, right? I got some good ones for very bad. Very bad, anytime you say, and I cannot stress this enough, right? Anytime you say very bad, you really mean what you're saying. You really are hyping it up. You really mean that it was horrible. Spoil the word. That it was not good. It was very not good. But once again, saying very bad doesn't convey that. If something bad happened at work, something really bad, I'm not going to say, someone asks me how's work, I'm not going to be like, very bad. No one's going to say very bad. That doesn't convey what it wants to convey. So, what can you say instead of very bad? Fucking terrible. It was fucking terrible. No, it was not a very bad day. It was a fucking terrible day. That conveys what it wants to convey. That is exactly what I'm trying to say. If you say that, someone's going to be like, whoa, I'm sorry, man. What was going on? You know, what happened at work? People understand that when you say fucking terrible, it was fucking terrible. It was very bad. Don't get that when you say very bad, right? It sounds more, exaggerative. It sounds more hype. That's exactly, precisely what that word is, that phrasing is, and what it conveys. That's what it's for. Fucking terrible. But number 2, and this is also, then these next few are, of course, ones that you can use in any setting, not just an informal setting, is horrific. Horrific. I don't know another word minus cussing added on that can convey that something is very bad as horrific. If someone asks me how my day is and I just go horrific, they know what's up. They know what I mean. They know what I'm trying to convey. They know that it was not a good day. In fact, rather, it was a fucking terrible day. Except you can convey that all, a very bad, fucking terrible, with one word, horrific. Everybody knows what that means. It was horrifying. It was horrific. Those mean exactly what it sounds like. It means it was terrible, it was terrifying, it was just a generally very bad, terrible day. It was horrific, it was horrible. Or horrifying. Pick your pick. Take your pick. And then the final one for that, final one for very bad, is shitty. Once again, kind of with the fucking terrible, everyone knows what shitty is. You want to say fucking terrible, you want to say it in one word, you want to say it with a little bit of variety, shitty. I had a shitty day. I had a shitty day at work. This food is shitty. You don't have to say disgusting. You don't have to clarify a word for whether or not it's food or something else. You can just say shitty. Everyone knows what it means. It was a bad day. It was bad food. It was a bad smell. It was a shitty smell. It was a shitty workout. It doesn't matter. You know, single word, everyone knows what it means. Everyone can empathize. Obviously, that's a little bit more informal, but everyone knows what that means. It was a shitty day. It was a shitty work. It was a shitty video. I hope this isn't a shitty video. But hey, on that note, into the video, but let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and please, guys, let me know what you guys think. I love your feedback. I've been replying to so many comments lately, and I love it. I love those interactions with you, and above all, I love hearing what you think, because I bounce all my ideas. We bounce all of our ideas off of you. We want to know what works. We want to know what you like, what you don't like. We are yours to command. Not quite literally, but please tell us your opinions. Tell us what you'd like to see more of. Tell us what you'd like to see less of. We love to hear from you. Once again, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for all the support you've been giving our videos. We love you guys, and we got some really cool shit coming up. Peace out.